Well, there is growing concern about foreign entities buying up farmland near U.S. military bases. Local, state, and national lawmakers are taking action in the name of national security. 2 News reporter Adrian Oglesby spoke with a number of leaders working to keep American land in American hands.
If you're an adversary of the U.S., you should not own land in the U.S.
Some business and political leaders say we are in a quote-unquote Cold War with China and things are heating up. Increasingly large Chinese-owned firms are becoming American landowners, raising eyebrows and questions. With Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in their own backyard, the City Council in Beaver Creek have gotten ahead of the issue. They unanimously passed a new law 6 months ago that could be the first of its kind in the country.
Foreign person under this legislation would have to submit a CFIUS filing or submit some type of exemption.
Now, most recently, Senator Sherrod Brown attempted to pass a piece of bipartisan legislation to expose foreign entities that own Ohio farmland. The bill passed in the Senate but failed in the House.
We don't have any requirement under federal law that they have to report that a Chinese billionaire or any other foreign national has to report purchase of farmland. So my goal is to stop this.
As for his opponent, Bernie Moreno, although he too sees China as an adversary, he says the work to protect our land and concerns about foreign ownership should have been addressed a long time ago.
The bottom line is beyond land ownership. We have the Chinese that control our food supply, the other issue is mostly a state issue. We have to recognize that not everything needs to happen at the federal level.
And politicians aren't the only ones involved. The Ohio Farm Bureau is fighting for the future of Ohio agriculture.
Our membership through a grassroots policy process are sending members of Congress a pretty clear message that there needs to be more attention paid to foreign ownership of land in Ohio.
While the current concern centers on farmland, other types of property deals like Fuyao Glass Company's investment in Moraine are raising questions as well. I'll continue to follow this story and bring you more updates in the coming days. Adrian Oglesby, 2 News.